Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for the Walking Dead universe. We're going to be doing our first Q&A, part 1 of 2, leading up to the premiere of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe, and in today's video we're going to be doing a Walking Dead Q&A leading up to The Ones Who Live. Yes guys, it is time for The Ones Who Live Q&A part 1, of course, because we're going to do 2 parts this week, so if your question is not answered in this video, there's a very big likelihood that it'll be answered in the next one, but this is part 1 for the Q&As. So, very excited to get into this. You guys posted a lot of great comments and questions, so I can't wait to go over them, but without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off with Louie, who says, Dan, do you think that if Andrew Lincoln never left The Walking Dead, that he would end up getting his comic book Rick death? Also, do you think that Daryl would have gotten the Dwight comic book arc? So basically, a bit of a spoiler for the comic books here. In the comic book series, obviously during the Commonwealth arc, Dwight had a bit of a rogue arc where he tried to take out Pamela because he didn't agree with the way that, you know, she ran things. And of course, as a result, to kind of keep everybody alive, Rick decided to kill Dwight in the comics to save everybody else, and to kind of keep their presence in good gracious, you know, to Pamela, right? And of course, Rick then got shot by Sebastian Milton, who didn't like the idea of Rick potentially taking over the Commonwealth. And, you know, he was, you know, pissed about that, so he killed Rick, right? So, in the TV show, do I think that Rick would have killed Daryl to protect everybody? No, I don't think so. Because here's the thing, Dwight in the comics was an ex-savior, so it was easier for Rick to pull that trigger to save people that have been with him since the start. With Dwight, it's not as, you know, close-knit, I'd say, but with Daryl and them being like brothers, as they say, yeah, no, I don't think Rick would have killed Daryl. I don't even think Daryl would have gotten that storyline, to be honest. I feel like they would have just given that to somebody else. I don't know who. I feel like the show would have been a lot different at that point if Rick was still around. Although, do I think that Rick would have gotten the death at the end? Probably, because that's the message they were trying to send out, is that, you know, because of Rick's sacrifice, they were able to kind of just come together at the end. I feel like they would have done that. Yeah, probably. Rick would have died. But I don't think Daryl would have died. No, I don't think so. It would have been really interesting, though, to see, like, what would have happened if Andrew Lincoln had stuck on the show, right? Because now we're getting him in The Ones Who Live, but what would have happened if he stayed on The Walking Dead, right? Obviously, we wouldn't get Ones Who Live, so it'd be pretty interesting to see, you know, what they would have done with that, right? And whether it would have been better or whether it would have been for the worse, that's also a very interesting question. Next one comes from Marcel, who says that, Dan, do you see any scenario where Morgan gets to finish off his character, maybe in Season 2 of Ones Who Live or something? Absolutely. Absolutely. Morgan has to finish his character at one point or another. I just don't see a scenario where he doesn't, you know? I mean, you can't leave his story by him saying, you know, this message is for Rick Grimes, I'm gonna go find you. Like, yeah, no, Morgan needs to finish his character at one point or another. And I do think that if there's a second season of Ones Who Live, that he will make an appearance in that. Yeah, I do. Next one comes from Jordan, who says that, Dan, do you think that we will get to see in the reunion between Rick and Michonne, which you theorized a few days ago, do you think that when Rick is on the ground and Michonne is potentially looking at him, do you think that maybe that is going to line up to the scene where Jadis is pointing a gun to somebody on the ground, right, as she's like looking at somebody? And do you think that maybe we will see a moment where Jadis says, Michonne, I'm taking Rick back, and Rick actually goes back? And we get to see a moment where Rick tells Michonne how organized the CRM is, and he tells her where it is, and that's how Michonne finds out where the CRM is, but Rick has to go back because Jadis captures him and takes him back. That'd be screwed up, because we do know, and obviously I won't go into this too much, but some of the teasers have kind of alluded to how Michonne finds Rick, I'll put it that way. And I very much think that's what it is. But here's the thing, is that in terms of their reunion scene and in terms of what we get, I do see a scenario where Michonne does have to say goodbye to Rick again. I do, because I feel like there's going to be a scenario where she has to go in to get him out. I do see a scenario where that happens, which would be absolutely insane if they do that, but I do see a scenario where that goes down. Next one comes from User, who says, Dan, do you think that we will get to see at least 3 seasons of Ones Who Live to complete the CRM story? Yeah, 3 seasons would work, because you can't do it in 1 season. You cannot do it. The CRM is such a big storyline. Although I've said this from the jump, I don't even know if CRM's ever going to fall, to be honest. I mean, Major General Beale will, for sure, and we'll have some battles throughout, but I don't see a scenario where that entire thing is wiped out. I feel like Rick is going to gain control and he's going to take over at one point. And that's going to be that. You know, I mean, honestly, I don't see all 200,000 people. I believe that's how many people they have. All dying and all getting taken out. I don't see that. I feel like there's got to be a Commonwealth type of style takeover here where Rick maybe goes in as a soldier and turns some of the soldiers against Major General Beale and builds up an army over time. You know, that's how I see that going. But again, that, you know, maybe that's just me. That's how I see that all playing out. Next up comes from Ario, who says that, Dan, do you think that when Rick and Michonne find each other, we will have the same reunion music as in Season 1, Episode 3, when Lori and Carl see Rick? Oh boy, I hope not. I really hope not. I want it to have a original sound, an original track to it. Look, I'm all here for callbacks, but to a certain extent, you know, you want to do some different stuff. You want to do some, different context stuff. I would definitely appreciate if they had a new track, a track we've never heard before, something refreshing, you know. I think that would be in their best interest, for sure. That's just me, though. Next one comes from John, who says that, Dan, do you think we'll get to see Althea or Isabel in this show? No, I don't think so, to be honest. I mean, I know that Althea was supposed to return in Fear 810, and then that didn't happen. Plans, kind of fell through or something, and Maggie Grace couldn't show up, so they brought on these, 3 twins for Alicia's Angels, or whatever the hell you want to call them. They were absolutely lame as hell, but anybody that's watched Fear, you know what I'm talking about. But Althea does feel like a character that they could bring back, although at the same time, she had a happy ending with her girlfriend, so I'm all right with her being gone. You know, if they keep her gone, I'm not really going to mind, although it would be nice to see maybe, Isabel at some point, maybe before the events of Fear Season 7, you know. Hell, maybe she interacted with Rick for a small scene or something, like a little cameo. That would be fantastic via flashbacks or something. That'd be really cool. But again, it's kind of hard to tell. You know, I don't think so, but it'd be nice. That would be really cool. And the last one comes from Joe, who says that, Dan, what are your death predictions for Ones Who Live? Well, I will not answer that. I wish I would. And I wish I could, I guess I should say. I guess this is my little PSA for you guys at the end of this video. I know people are going to say, Dan, there's spoilers for Ones Who Live. There's spoilers for Ones Who Live. We don't talk about spoilers here, so don't expect a spoiler video coming out. Unfortunately, guys, and I'm doing my best with this Q&A video, I really am, I know basically the entire plot of episode fucking 1. I do, because of the spoilers yesterday. I was there for it. I am aware about it. I'm leaving this at the end of the video so that, you know, mostly because I don't want people discussing it. But if you made it this far, I'm asking you nicely, do not put spoilers in my comments, because I will remove it. I will get rid of it right away. So don't even try it. But yes, I do know the spoilers. I know every damn bit of it. Unfortunately, a lot of the episodes ruined for me. I wish it wasn't. But doing what I do, doing the content that I do, you open your DMs, you open your messages, and you see a whole bunch of shit without people even asking you what you think, you know, before you send spoilers to people. Unfortunately, I've gotten that. But I will say this, if you want to discuss the spoilers with me, go to my Instagram, in my DMs, I'll be more than glad to discuss the stuff with you there, or Discord, you can find me on Discord as well too, but at least on this channel, I will not discuss spoilers, simply for other people. I don't want to ruin it for other people, so if you want to discuss spoilers, you can come to my Instagram, or you can come to my Discord, doesn't matter, and we could talk about it there. Not in my Discord server, but in my actual DMs, you know. I don't want spoilers on my channel, and I don't want spoilers on my Discord server. That's 2 places I don't want it, because there's multiple people there that do not want to get spoiled. So that's just a bit of a heads up. But anyway, Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We'll be back with part 2 of the Q&A, by the way, in a couple more days. Thank you all for your participation. Thank you all for your comments and questions. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.